Silverstacular.
Hey everybody, Spegtacular, the Silverstacular here with Joe from Beantown Coins over in St. Pete, Florida. We have ancients, Joe. This video is going to be about ancient coins, which in some cases are very affordable for such a crazy long ago piece of history.
Yeah, there's so many exciting things happening in the ancients part of the numismatic marketplace right now. I would say that we're seeing market trends where ancients are more and more popular. They're a growing segment of the market. If you're dividing out the way people spend their money on coins, U.S. coins has always been sort of the dominant category, and it still is to this day. But it's impressive to see the way ancients are rising.
Okay.
That's a rising trend right now. I think it's because of the lack of nationalism and a little bit more globalization in people's minds, is that their interest in history has expanded beyond just American history, and the way in which we tie into the history of the world is so much better expressed with ancients.
Yeah.
You can cut ancients down into two categories. You got ancient Rome and ancient Greece. Ancient Greece was first. In fact, the Caesars of ancient Rome were often coin collectors, and they collected the coins of ancient Greece. So
how cool
coin
is that,
collecting
huh?
is the oldest hobby. It's been around as long as money has existed. People have been collecting and hoarding it.
The hobby of kings, they say.
Yeah, the first ancient coins came out in the 600s BC, so the 7th century BC, in the Mediterranean near Greece. You know, again, ancient Greece. So Lydia is usually where we give credit to the first coin, official coin, which was a glob of electrum. Electrum's like half gold and half silver. And it was kind of a globular, more like a pellet shape, and it was incusely struck, and that's how it began.
Yeah.
But from there, we got the image of Hercules and the lion's head, you know, that he was wearing and things like that. And then coins just took off, man. The world
cool.
decided we loved them. They were better than barter.
You know what I like about ancients is, like, you can find coins from over 2,000 years ago for 20 bucks sometimes, you know, like, and then of course the sky's the limit with some of the pieces. But what do you want to show us today?
Okay, so I want to talk about a couple things. If you want to get into ancient Rome, one of the great places to start is the 12 Caesars. That would be Roman Empire. Roman Republic was before that. Julius Caesar was at the imperatorial age. This is just at the end of the Roman Republic and transitioning into the beginning of the empire. People often don't know that Julius Caesar wasn't actually ever an emperor of Rome. His heir, Octavian, was later raised as Caesar Augustus, and he was the first actual emperor of Rome, Caesar of Rome. So the 12 Caesars start with Caesar Augustus, and they run through to Domitian, who's the 12th. And there's one part in there with the year of the 4 Caesars, where they had 1 year and 4 of them went boom, boom, boom in succession. Through assassinations and, you know, military conquest. So you'll find that those guys are hard to find, like Alba and Otho, because they were really short-lived, right? But they made coins as quick as they could, and some of them exist still to this day. But the 12 Caesars is a really great place to begin, and we have 12 Caesars gold aureuses, or gold aurii.
Fancy stuff, right?
Stock. Yeah. So I just want to show off a little bit. If you're going for those 12, 2 of the easier ones to get might be Vespasian and Trajan. For example, if you're going for Caligula, Nero, you're going to spend 5 figures or more on most of the 12 Caesars in gold.
Can I get a little hands-on here?
Please grab. So they'll look very similar to the silver denarius of that same emperor.
It's amazing. You can, like, there's so much in a gold coin. There's so much condition on the coin from something so old, and just, it looks perfect. Looks like it was minted yesterday, Joe.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And this is, and it's actually only a fine. You know, if this was minted yesterday, with the detail that you would have seen on this coin when it was in a mint state condition, would floor you. That they had the ability so long ago to mint with such precision. The precision is lost with the grade of the coin on this example, but as a mint state piece, you're getting into, high 5 figures for either of these pieces. So
how are these coins protected for over 2,000 years?
Well,
and that's so
gold
crazy.
actually is more durable than silver and copper, so it doesn't need quite as much protection. These were probably not all that well protected, to be honest with you.
Wow.
But gold doesn't corrode and doesn't tarnish and doesn't have as big a problem set as most other metals. It's one of the amazing things about it. And this reverse is incredibly rare. So if you were to get these gold aureuses and silver denarii, they can often have a different reverse. They weren't universal, like every time they always had the same back. This one is Trajan's Forum. And he minted this particular coin to commemorate his own success in building this giant building.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's a pretty cool one. And so for other ancient gold, though, if you want to move over to the Eastern Roman Empire, you'll get, usually the things are after 900 or after 1000 AD, but you've got the cup coins of the Byzantine Empire.
Yeah, look, these have that dome shape to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're really popular that way with people. In fact, we copied this design for some U.S. commems in recent years.
Oh, really?
The basketball and the baseball.
That's right.
Yeah,
The space
shape.
one, right?
The space one, yeah. I thought, hey, it's been done before. Now, here's an example of a silver denarius. So, similar type of coin. See, look at the differences, right? But made of silver, different ruler.
Right.
But pretty uniform in size and shape, right?
Yeah.
And so
Gladiator 2?
Yeah, so there's 3 different characters in the movie Gladiator 2 that are featured on Roman coins. This one is the character that was played by the actor Quinn.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Quinn. So this is Gaeta, and Gaeta and Caracalla were brothers. There's some fratricide in their story. One of them killed the other. I don't want no spoilers, but in case you haven't seen the movie and you plan to, or you haven't read a book yet about it, but the story of Gaeta and Caracalla is immortalized in that movie with some Hollywood flourish. So go check with your local historian or coin shop to find out where they were embellishing.
Yeah, right.
But it's a fun piece. And then you got Denzel too. He was in the movie, and he's featured on one of the coins too. Do I have the Denzel here? You look down there. That's Macrinus there.
Oh, okay.
Macrinus, when they say it.
I'm just gonna say it, Joe. If you are out there wondering, I haven't watched Gladiator 2 yet, right? If you're one of those people, you'll be all right. Just stick to Gladiator 1, right?
Yeah.
The original.
It was a great movie. I don't know.
2 was, I could have done without it.
But there's I got all 3 of them. All 3 of the guys in Gladiator 2 we got featured here in our store today.
That's fun.
And we already did. As soon as the movie came out, I just added that sticker.
See, look at the pricing here. Look how affordable this is for something so incredibly old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is amazing.
Actually, the Greek stuff really gets people excited. Let's slide over to this case for a second.
Okay, we're gonna slide it.
Yeah. Actually, there's a little bit of Greek here too, so come back.
It's all Greek to me.
Yeah, I'd set you up for that one. So this is Taras. That's a boy riding a dolphin. Super popular image design. This is often set into jewelry because I can't tell you how many women have seen this kind of a coin and then said to me, oh, I want to wear it. I want to wear that. Set it in gold, wrap it around my neck, please. It's a pretty cool image.
Riding a dolphin, huh?
Yep. And then you look at the coin and you're like, oh, by the way, this coin is from, like 270 BC, 240, 270, somewhere in that range, BC. And this would have been Calabria or Tarentum, so we're going to say Sicily, modern-day Sicily, I guess.
These are awesome.
Yeah. Other popular designers, the wrestlers, those 2 guys right there.
Where are we at?
Let's see if I can pull it out closer. These 2 guys are called the wrestlers from Pamphylia. So the Greek stuff isn't just a portrait of an emperor on it. You get more interesting things going on.
Wrestling and fighting, that's an old sport right there.
Mm-hmm. Look at this guy, 304 BC. Caria Rhodes, this is a drum.
That's cool, just a big face.
Yeah, this is Helios, the sun god.
And this wasn't some beautiful, minting process where the thing's in like a nice press and
They're
just boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
These are all hammered.
Some big, strong dudes, right?
And check this out. It's a hemidrum. Same time, same period, smaller denomination. Look how tiny that face is.
Mm-hmm.
And look how affordable it is. You're talking about a coin from how far back? 400 BC, 300 BC?
Yeah, 300.
For less than $200.
Wow.
And in this terrific shape with full detail on the strike. Like you can get them worn for less, but to get one with such great...
Will you ship this stuff all over?
Oh yeah, we ship everywhere in the world. We ship hundreds of packages a day.
Everywhere in the world?
Everywhere. Yeah, I mean, there are certain countries of the world. If you're seeing this video from the country that I won't ship to, I'll pray for you.
Sorry. Sorry, everybody out there from that country.
Things are tough.
But
Because we ship to almost everywhere in the world, and if we can't ship to you right now, then there's things going on in your country that, are the reason we can't.
Gotcha. In the description, I'll put all your information, Joe, so people can check it out, see your social media and everything.
Something else I want to point out in a new market trend are these things called story vaults. They're new to market in the last year. And what you get is, for example, you've got this coin from NGC, and it says Claudius II, double denarius, from the English Bicknor hoard. See, English Bicknor hoard?
Yes.
And you're like, so what does that mean when you buy the coin, right?
Yeah,
so we got them in these story vaults with this cool plastic container with an extra little blurb. So you got a nice little graphic there and an explanation of what happened in that. So in January of 2018, an English detectorist came upon a strong signal while searching near an old wall in the English village of Bicknor. He decided to dig down at the site of the signal and unearth clusters of Roman coins. He began digging a trench along the wall and discovered over 650 more coins before he decided to contact the local finds and liaison officer, Kurt Adams. Over the next few days, there was an emergency excavation conducted by Adams along with the help of a local team. And this excavation was very successful and resulted in approximately 750 more coins being discovered. Later that year in May, the hoard was brought to the British Museum. There, the coins were carefully analyzed and fully attributed. And this is a coin from that hoard.
That's cool. You brought Google to the coin, which is neat.
Exactly. So now when you collect all these ancient coins, not only can you get some really cool graphics like...
Who's doing that? Are you doing these? Or
I'm not actually producing these.
Because they're cool, though. I've never seen them.
They are. The guys that are producing these have gotten my full support. I love to look for trends in numismatics so that we can stay cutting edge. And whenever I think there's a new trend that's worthwhile and it's going to continue on for years to come, I want to get on the front of that trend and join and support people. That's why you'll see me promoting things like these story vaults, because I think this is a great addition to the hobby. Gold backs, I think they're the best fractional gold in the world today. I'm promoting Whatnot. I think the chance to buy live at auction is something that people really want. So I'm just going to keep my eye on what I think that the hobby and the industry of numismatics is moving toward and take advantage of all of them. So I recommend that you do the same.
Very
and
smart.
If you want to get into ancients, this is a really cool way to begin, because as you build up this giant collection, you don't have to remember all of this history in your head like I do.
Yeah.
You just keep it with your coins.
Yeah. I wish did they branch out and do this to U.S. things too a little bit?
No, the story vaults are right now strictly an ancient.
It's in the beginning stages.
Yeah, because it turns out that this is where they're most needed.
Yeah.
The ancients requires history to care about it, right? You could care about U.S. coins and not really care about history because you remember, U.S. coins in your pocket, and you remember Grandpa's old coin collection and stuff like that, and so you're into them and you've always loved them, but you don't necessarily know, what happened in New Orleans Mint and when the Confederates successfully struck a coin using a Union Mint. Like,
sure.
You may not know that history,
right?
But you like coins, so but here you can't. Everybody has to start with what is it? When you look at a U.S. coin, you don't always have to start with what is it. You can look at it and be like, oh, that's a seated quarter. Now tell me why it's cool.
Yeah.
But you'll look at one of these and be like, what even is it? So
cool.
We found that the storyboards are really more needed here.
No, it's perfect. I just can't stop thinking about like how many times I've told the story on the steel cent. And it's like if I just had the storyboard and just go, here you go.
Yeah, story vault. I keep saying storyboard. Story vault, that's a film term. The story vaults are maybe they will branch out into other things.
Sure.
It would certainly make sense over time. Yeah, for sure. These are fun. Gold Fanum. Fanum, F-A-N-A-M. So we were talking about tiny coins earlier. Look how tiny these guys are.
Itty bitty.
These are even tinier than a Panama pill.
How do you not lose those?
You keep them like this, stapled. That's how we're doing it at the moment. Yeah, those guys are one of the smallest gold coins that you can find. They're, we'll call them ancient India, or old world India before the British took over. So
itty bitty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
But if you want to get into the silver denarii of the 12 Caesars, back into a Rome conversation, for example, you can find the silver ones often for much more affordable prices than the gold, or almost always for more affordable prices than the gold. But that's a doable pursuit for a few $1,000s, is you could get all 12 of the of at least one example of each of the 12 Caesars in silver denarius. But then you could get deeper into the rabbit hole and say, I want to try to get as many of the reverses that are possible for each of those Caesars.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had with ancients and things to go down.
I see the widow's mite.
Yeah, in fact, there's even a widow's mite with a storyboard, which looks like that on the front. and then has that story associated in the back, which tells the biblical passage and the reference to it.
People are going to be calling you about these, I guarantee. These little story pieces are great.
Yeah, these are the best. And I guess one of the challenges with them is is getting the information out there, because if you're not here in person holding it and reading it, you're not going to be able to stand here with your phone and hold it over every one of them long enough for everyone to read them all. So it's really a call to come to the store or see us at shows. I suppose this stuff will get onto our website at some point soon, I hope. But in the meantime, just call us up and tell us that that's what you're looking for. If you're someone who wants to, start going shopping on these story vaults and you are not near us in St. Pete, or you don't make it to any of the shows we go to, communicate that with us. And if I get a sense that there's a lot of demand for that, then we'll raise it on our priorities of getting these guys listed on our website faster and more fully.
Very cool. Well, Joe, thank you so much. I mean, we can go all day on ancients, but at the end of the day, if there's something that you're looking for ancient-wise, give Joe a call.
We got it.
Information's
and if I
down.
don't have it, I know who does.
Right on. Thank you for your time. I love seeing these gold ones. I love seeing it's just so amazing, the history right here. And the fact that they're looking brand new is fantastic. Joe, always a pleasure. Anything else before we go?
No, that's it, man. Come to us for all your ancient world, exonumia, tokens, metals, paper money needs. I mean, we do U.S. just like everybody else does, and we do everything they don't.
Right on. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.
Bye.
Well, hello everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. When I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.